In Iraq, at least 22 people are killed in a series of bombings targeting soccer fans across the country. The bombs went off in rapid succession late Thursday night while cafes were filled with patrons watching a soccer match. No group has claimed responsibility for the attacks. A demonstration has been held outside the Egyptian embassy in London to protest the killing of Shia Muslims in Egypt. At least 5 Shias were beaten to death by Salafis in a village near Cairo on Sunday. The incident drew widespread condemnation from Egyptian officials. Houthi demonstrators have taken to the streets of the Yemeni capital Sana'a in protest at the killing of over a dozen of their fellow tribesmen earlier in June. The Shia group has been the target of repeated attacks by the Yemeni government in recent years. In the U.S., the surviving suspect of the Boston bombings, Johar Tsarnaev, faces 30 counts of indictment by a federal jury. He is charged, among others, with using weapons of mass destruction and killing 4 people. If found guilty, he could face the death penalty. In Brazil, fresh clashes erupt between police and anti-government protesters in the northeastern city of Fortaleza. Around 5,000 people marched on a stadium where Spain and Italy were playing their semi-final Confederations Cup football match. The clashes broke out when police started to disperse demonstrators. Ecuador has renounced a trade pact with the United States. This after Washington warned bilateral trade ties will suffer if the country grants asylum to American whistleblower Edward Snowden. The government of Ecuador has described the deal as a new instrument of blackmail by the United States. The South African government says the health of the former president Nelson Mandela has improved overnight. According to a statement, Mandela's condition remains critical but stable. The 94-year-old anti-apartheid leader was taken to hospital in Pretoria earlier this month for a lung infection. Public transport in Portugal comes to a standstill as 2 trade union confederations stage a 24-hour strike against austerity measures. Train, metro and ferry services stopped in the capital Lisbon and many bus routes were suspended. Portugal has implemented budget cuts and tax rises to satisfy its international creditors.